A judge has ruled that Bayer's Roundup, you know, the weed killer, was liable for causing a man's cancer. But scientific evidence finds that that weed killer, Roundup, is safe. The aforementioned Judge Napolitano is with us here. What do you make of that ruling?
This is an indefensible ruling. I mean, when the scientific evidence is equivocal, of equal strength on both sides, there's no case, because the plaintiff has the duty of producing by evidence by a preponderance of the evidence, more than the other side. So what did the plaintiff do here? It snuck into the case, out of the mouth of the plaintiff's lawyer, certain EPA studies that were critical of Roundup. Who cares if the government is critical of the product? The government's not in the case. The EPA was not challenged or tested as to the scientific soundness of its opinions. She snuck it in anyway. Instead of declaring a mistrial because he had prohibited her from doing it, he fined her $500 and her client walked away with tens of millions.
And it was San Francisco, wasn't it?
Yes.
Guaranteed. Guaranteed.
Yes. It was a federal district judge in San Francisco, and you know where the appeal is going to go. The Ninth Circuit. What are the chances of this judge being overturned? None and none.
That's pathetic.
It is. It's a defect in the system.
Meanwhile, a jury system, this particular court, is going to ruin a major global corporation.
You cannot blame the jury. You must blame the judge. The judge is the gatekeeper on the evidence.
All right, I'll blame the judge.
When the judge unfairly operates that gate, the jury can only decide the case on the basis of what the judge allows them to hear.
Okay, here's another one. Let me see if I got this right. A federal judge has blocked the Trump administration's plan to expand offshore drilling.
Right.
The judge reinstated a ban on drilling in Arctic waters.
Yes.
Isn't that a gross judicial overreach?
In my opinion, it is. Unfortunately, the appeal to this from Alaska goes to the same place as the former case, the Ninth Circuit. But here's what this judge ruled. The statute says the president can withdraw the eligibility of certain lands for drilling, which President Obama did. The statute does not say that a subsequent president can unwithdraw it. I think that's a needlessly narrow reading of the ruling. The ruling was intended to allow the President of the United States, after consulting with whatever cabinet department it is, Interior, I guess, to decide which area should be drilled and which area should not. There is no way that a decision by Barack Obama can bind Donald Trump. But this judge said there is.
So I'm really tired of the judiciary making policy.
These are two glaring
politics.
I know you like to find this, and I'm glad you do, because the public needs to know this is happening. These are two glaring, unhappy examples, and they might not be reversed given the reputation of the appellate court to which these cases will go.
However, hasn't President Trump made some progress in getting reasonable people on the Ninth Circuit?
Yeah, yes and no. Yes, a half dozen. No, because there's 30 judges on that court, and they are chosen by lot as to the panel of 3 in which they sit. So we don't know, but the odds are it will be 3 who are profoundly adverse to the Roundup company and to the president.
Get the judiciary out of politics. I think we agree.
Yes, on that we do. This doesn't happen in Britain, does it?
Never.
Okay, moving on.
The heir to the throne can go to Cuba.
Oh, stop it. That's a sore point, Judge.
I know. I'm with you on that, as you can imagine.